Hey, would you like to learn how to get more webinar registrations in your business right now? Stay tuned and let me walk you through my 3-step process. So, today's video, what I want to share with you is, when you start marketing online, you've probably heard of what webinars are. Webinars are essentially virtual seminars that are hosted online, where you can literally do a one-to-many presentation. So instead of talking to people one-on-one, instead of presenting at live events and seminars, which all of those things I love, if you want to take it to the next level, what we talk about is doing webinars. So webinars is essentially doing a virtual seminar. Now there's a few things. One, it's the ultimate way to convert massive amount of people, prospects, leads into high-paying customers and clients. The big problem is most people can't go and get webinar registrations. And one of the main reasons is because they don't know how to go and get traffic. So my 3-step process is very simple. One, I identify who already has the prospects. Who already has the prospects? Does Facebook have all my prospects? Do influencers have my prospects? Does a big name, guru or a thought leader or an expert have my prospects? Who has my prospects? I first identify who has my prospects. Second thing I identify and I work on is making sure that I have a funnel that converts at least 10 to 15% of the people that show up on these webinars. Okay, and what that means is I must have a high converting webinar. So I use my own templates, I use my own frameworks that I've developed over the years, where when someone comes into my webinars, they are able to come in, learn, and then convert. So I basically follow a formula where, in the beginning, I'll educate, and then I'll share my stories, I'll give them valuable content, and then at the end, I'll make a valuable offer, which gets people to pull out their credit card and buy. And using that process alone, I've generated tens of millions of dollars. Now, whether you're trying to make your first 100 grand or you're trying to make your first $1 million, this process truly works. The third thing, which is what I really love to do, is making sure that I have a high converting webinar funnel. So I identify where my people are, I go and get them to come and watch my webinar, and then what I do is I put them through a sales funnel. So after the webinar, they are getting email follow-ups, they might get telephone calls or text messages, or they might be invited to another webinar if they didn't buy it from the first webinar. So all of those processes, what it does, it creates an optimum selling system. I'm actually going to just show you this right now. If you can see over here, just over here today, okay, that's June 13, 2020. We started this campaign just yesterday, okay, just like 1 or 2 days ago, and we've already got 446 people registered on this webinar, okay? Now, my goal is to get a consistent 500 to 600 webinar registrations per day. And then this Saturday, which is Thursday, Friday, only 2 days away, I'm doing a big webinar, and I wanna have at least 3,000 to 5,000 people register. And then what will happen is I'll probably have anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people or even more show up. Now, this software that I'm using is called GoToWebinar, and my account only allows 1,000 people to be live at any given time. So those are my 3 steps that I use in my business to not only just fill getting 400 or 500 registrations per day consistently, predictably, automatically, systematically. Number 2, I get consistent people to show up, and then through my webinar, so I can offer them advanced products and services and educate them, and it builds a goodwill in the marketplace. So people now see me as the authority, they know, like, and trust me, they love to buy from me. And then 3, which is my favorite part of all, which is funnels automation, which is how do I take that funnel, how do I take what I've built, because I want to do the work once, I want to get paid over and over again. How do I turn it into an automated sales funnel that gets me paid every single month? And I've actually done this now for, gosh, probably about close to around maybe 8 years where I've been running webinars. And one of my previous webinars did over $1.2 million selling a $10,000 program. Okay, so that was like 120 customers that I got for a $10,000 program. And the reason why I share that is because that webinar I did maybe 4 or 5 years ago, that single webinar transformed my entire life. So I want to remind you that when it comes to online marketing, digital marketing, webinars are one of the most powerful ways for you to convert prospects into sales. Secondly, you're literally one webinar away from transforming your entire life. Like, you want a new house, you want a new marriage, but we don't want to talk about that. Sorry, that was a bad example. We can't even edit this. Gosh, okay. You want to start a family, you want to, you want to do the things that money will allow you to do. Literally, one webinar is what it takes. Okay, one solid webinar. So listen, if you like this, make sure you subscribe. If you want some extra webinar help, you can go to one of my websites, onewebinaraway.com. If you want to actually be part of the campaigns that I'm running, so you can see, you can study, you can model after what I'm doing. I have a very transparent business. You can come in, study it. There should be a link below this video, or just go to wealthacademy.com/webinar. And every month I bring on an expert guest where I do a training with them. So go ahead, get registered, and I'll see you there. Subscribe right now.